Super excited to be here crafting with you once again. I missed you all again yesterday, but of course, I had my in person creative card club class that we held here in the Scenic Rim. So it's super awesome when I get to craft with people in person. It's one thing to be crafting online on the internet, but it's another thing to be crafting with people in person. And I love hanging out with crafty people and having in person classes. So, if you didn't know, if you live in the Scenic Rim or you live close to the Scenic Rim, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Ipswich, Boona, Tambourine, Mount Tambourine, any of those areas, I have in person classes. So, I have a monthly in person class that we have for scrapbooking, which is the first Thursday of the month. And I also have a monthly in person class, which is the third Thursday of the month, which is a card class where you make 4 cards and you get enough supplies to make 8 cards in total. So, good morning, welcome. I was a little bit worried. I was like, there was no one on here early. It was very cold this morning and I was a little bit late getting up. I had myself all organized because I did all the Friday chores last night, got the garbage bins out on the front street so I didn't have to do that. And believe it or not, I was still running late this morning. Even my daughter called me and I woke up to 2 missed phone calls and a message saying, "Are you awake?" Obviously, the answer was no, I was not awake. So, good morning. Good morning. I can see quite a few of you jumping on. So, I've got a fun fold today. That's a bit crazy, isn't it? A fun fold, but they are fun, and fun folds are fun. I don't want people to be scared of fun folds because honestly, it's just we do the hard work. We work out how to do the fun folds, and then we show you. So then all you've got to do is copy what we do. So hello, good morning. Yeah, cold in Melbourne, Krista. Yeah, it's cold here too. Hello from Washington State. Can't wait to see what I have for you today, Tricia. Well, I hope you'll be impressed. Hey, Debbie from Michigan. Lovely to see you. Yeah, Julie, you're sick. What have you got? The dreaded flu. You didn't get notification this morning. Well, that's crazy. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I'm here and I'm live. I was late putting the event up. Oh, and the crafty cat has just made a presence in the craft room. We haven't seen the crafty cat for a long time. I'll wait until he gets settled and then we'll bring him on screen. If I move him over now, he probably will just jump and run away. So he's obviously missed crafting too. Windy up this way and cold, Jeanette. Yes, I agree. It's been very cold weather. I've actually used my heating more than I ever have. But I mean, with Queensland, I don't know what goes on with New South Wales, but we got $1,000 credit on our bill. So I keep thinking to myself, why am I conserving power when I'm $1,000 in credit? Like, really? um, yeah, okay, with your asthma. Yeah, not good. It's not good weather. It's not good weather for people that are sick. I know that my daughter came up and spent the weekend with me. We went and seen my other daughter go and play hockey, and then on Monday both of them were sick. So I'm like crossing my fingers that because I was with them that I don't get sick. You wish it was cold there, Trisha. All right. So, welcome. Yeah, Lynn. um, hot, 92 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not quite sure what that would be um in our Celsius, but probably quite hot. So I just wanted to, before we get crafting today, just wanted to talk about a few things that I have going on this month. So of course I've got my card buffet. So if you wanted to attend my card buffet, I've had quite a few people register already. There is limited spots because I hold the card buffet here in my home, in my craft studio. So if you are interested in attending the card buffet, please make sure you scan that code and jump on and register. So I only have 15 spots available and quite a few people have registered already. So I'm not quite sure how many spots are left, but But yeah, I haven't checked the numbers recently. But if you are interested in a fun, crafty experience, it's very, very casual. All you do is stamp and assemble. I do all the hard work for you. I create the cards, and I do all the die cutting. I do all the embossing. I do everything for you. Um, all you need to do is, yeah, you got the credit, Sandra. Yeah, she's 1,167 in credit. Yep. Yep. It's definitely a good thing for us for power, because then we can use the heating and not feel guilty about it. Okay, so card buffet is $50, and it's going to be on Sunday the 18th of August, and it was going to be on the Saturday the following Saturday, but I had to change it because I will be exhibiting at the Toowoomba Craft Live show. So I had to bring it forward a week, and I had to do it on the Sunday. So that will be Sunday, the 18th of August, which will be our next card buffet. $50 gets you the 8 cards that you create. It also gives you a light lunch and tea and coffee and cakes and things. It also, you get an embellishment and a ribbon, a roll of ribbon as well. So yeah, so 30 degrees, 33 degrees Celsius. Um, do you know if Vic get that? I'm not quite sure. Oh, Victoria, the power. I don't know, Julie, if that's what you're talking about. I know that Queensland are getting it. I'm sure. I thought it was all across Australia. I thought, but they credit your power company to your account. So it's not something that you can grab back, but it is actually credited to your account. So maybe you should look into it. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is I will be doing the country birdhouse for my next August Creative Card Club. Now I have prepped the kits. I'm just waiting on the embellishments to arrive for the July Creative Card Club. So I held my July Creative Card Club in person yesterday, and normally what I do is a week later, I will actually post out the card kits by mail. So for all the people that have registered that are in my club for July, your kits will be getting posted out next week. Hopefully, I might even send, no, I don't know. I've got dad coming up. We're doing more work on the craft studio next week. So next week will be a little bit up in the air, people, because I'm going to have mum and dad here for like a whole week. We're going to start doing getting sorted for the lining of the craft studio so that we will be ready by summer to have the inside lined, I'm hoping. So we are working on the craft studio next week for the whole week. But anyway, the July Creative Card Club will go out next week. I will get a chance to get to the post office and get them posted. I'm just waiting, as I said, on the embellishments to arrive, waiting on an order to arrive, which should be here early next week. And when that arrives, I will be packing them, putting your PDFs in and posting them out. You didn't get notification either, Del. I don't know what's going on this morning. Don't know. Anyway, it seemed to be very quick when I actually scheduled the live. So I don't know. But if you want to get into the Creative Card Club, it is a rolling subscription. It costs $50 per month. It is not a huge outlay, but for that $50, you get a quarter pack of the designer series paper. You get all the cardstock that you need to create 8 cards. You also get a full pack of embellishments. You'll get a length of ribbon, and you'll get a PDF tutorial printed up in your kit. So you don't have to worry about printing up your own PDF. I do all that for you. It gives you cutting instructions. It gives you instructions on how to stamp and assemble your 4 cards. You get enough supplies to make 2 of each of the cards. I will no longer be putting the envelopes in because due to postage going up and prices of products going up, I had to try and find a way somehow of keeping the subscription in place without having to change everyone's subscription price. So I think, yeah, I may put a pack of envelopes in or something as your 6-month gift. I don't know. But anyway, envelopes are pretty cheap for you to buy on through my online store, or I'm sure you'll have envelopes laying around somewhere. So August Creative Card Club, you can scan that QR code and register. As I said, it's a rolling subscription club. So once you actually subscribe to it, your payments will automatically come out. Whatever date you subscribe on that month, it will come out each month on that date. So if you subscribe today, and today is the 19th, if you subscribe today, on the 19th of every month, it will come out. So any subscriptions that actually are created from now until the 10th of August will get the August Creative Card Club, but the cutoff is the 10th of August. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, because it is a fun, great club to be a part of, and it helps you with your creativity and your inspiration. Now, no stamp or die sets are included, or the inks or anything are included in that kit. You will need to purchase your stamp set and die set yourself. I do have it as an add-on, and it's always in my emails that come out. You can actually scan the QR code in my email, or you can even click the link and it will take you straight through to the payment, and I will actually order that. But you need to actually use that PayPal link, or if you decide to put it into my account, do the direct deposit, then you need to notify me and let me know that you have actually paid to get the stamp set added on. So that the stamp and the dies are just an add-on each month. The other thing is my August Country Lace scrapbooking workshop. What did I say today's date is? Let me see. It is the 19th. Tomorrow is the last day that you can subscribe, that you can register for my August Country Lace scrapbooking workshop. So if you were thinking about getting the scrapbooking workshop, there's a mega kit that you will get: the full pack of designer series paper, full pack of 12 by 12 neutrals cardstock, full pack of 12 by 12 basic white cardstock. You will also get a pack of the Saying Something ephemera pack. I will be using the Changing Leaves bundle. So if you don't have the Changing Leaves bundle, you can add that on at time of registration. But tomorrow will be the last day to register for that. So I may show one of the scrapbook layouts early next week. The basic one, I may show that early next week if I get a chance. But please make sure you jump on and register for that, because it'll be beautiful. So we're using the Country Lace Designer Series paper. The only other thing is my November retreat. Now, I can tell you, I had 3 people register this morning. Spots are limited, and I can't stress this enough, that the spots in my retreat are limited. My November Christmas retreat is the most popular retreat of the whole entire year. Now, spots are not limited if you live local. So I just want you to know that. If you live local, don't worry, you're not going to miss out. But if you live and you have to travel and you have to get accommodation, then yes, spots are definitely limited. Now, I have had word that the Annalee Motel still has some rooms vacant, and I haven't double checked with Bow Desert Central. I need to double check with them and see if they have any rooms. But I know that Kerry Court is definitely booked out. Bow Desert Central, I think, had 2 rooms left. And I think Annalee Motel. So I had one lady that registered last week that got a room at Annalee Motel. So if you are thinking about coming, just book your accommodation. Please book your accommodation, and then just register and say pay at the door. And then you can do a direct deposit when you have the money in the fund. So don't think you can't register because you can't afford to pay it right now. That's totally okay, because full payment is not due until the end of September. So please make sure you jump on, get your accommodation, and register for it as soon as possible. So you can scan the QR code there. The links are always in the description of this video as well. So if you ever miss the QR code and don't get there, then by all means, you can actually find the link down in the show more box down below. And the only other thing is, if you are interested in shopping with me, you can use that QR code up there in the screen. in that corner, or you can actually see my shopping link down in the show more box down below. All right, so let's get on to this fun fold card, because that's what you're all here for. So please make sure you share the video with others, because you never know who out of your friends may want to come and craft with us today. So please make sure you share, give me the thumbs up, because YouTube and Facebook love it when you do that. I am actually going to use the dies out of the Everyday Details dies. So I didn't put that in the supply list, and I do apologize for that. It was a last minute thing, and then I thought, I've already created the event, I've already created the list, so I'm going to be using the Everyday Details dies. And out of the Everyday Details dies, I'm just going to be using this one circle die, this one here, just this one here. Okay, that one circle die. Now, this is an easy fun fold, and I always like to bring you easy fun folds. We're going to use the Country Flowers stamp with this fun fold, because I just thought the flowers and everything were perfect for doing what I wanted to do. We did a similar card like this in one of our team meetings, but we didn't do it as a fun fold, and this is a little bit of a spin-off from that card that we did at team meeting. So I've gone ahead and I've cut a few things out. Now I'm just using basic white thick for this. Now I have a basic white card base, and it's cut at my 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches, like I always do. So same size card base as I always do. And I have a little bit of sticky there on my desk. Whoops. And now I have another piece out of our thick basic white. Now this one, all I've done is I've cut it 1/4 inch shorter, smaller. So what I've done is I've cut it at 5 1/2 inches by 7 3/4 inches. So that's the only difference. It's just cut 1/4 inch smaller than normal. Then I have a layer for the front of my card, which is cut at my normal 5 1/2 inches by 3 3/4 inches. That's my first layer. I'm just doing white on white because I wanted this to be a fairly simple yet elegant card. Now this one here is for my insert, and I have cut that one at 3 5/8. I'm just measuring it. 3 5/8 by 5 3/8. Now that's going to go on the inside of my fun fold section. So I'm going to put that up there aside so that I know that I've got it for my inside. I'm also going to fold, this is the smaller out of the two, and that's my front layer. So I'm going to put my front layer over there. I'm going to put my insert over there. So when I get confused, tell me that do I ever make 5 by 7 inch cards, Daryl? No. That's my answer. No. The only reason I don't is because I make cards that fit into our envelopes that we sell with Stampin' Up. So that's the only reason that I don't. There's no reason why you can't make 5 by 7 inch cards. It's just you're going to use a lot more cardstock and things. If you do the size that I do, you can get 2 cards out of each A4 sheet of cardstock. If you do a 5 by 7, you're only going to get 1 card out of your A4 sheet. So that's the only reason that I say that. Yeah, for that reason. All right, so we're going to fold this one. Now, this is the inside part, this is the outside part. We're going to fold both of them. So I'm just going to show you this handy dandy little trick. If you have trouble folding your card bases, use your paper trimmer. You can physically use your paper trimmer and butt it up against that top guide, and that way you will get them to fold even every single time. And just use your bone folder then to crease your fold. I never score my card bases for the simple fact that sometimes when you score them, they don't actually fold exactly where they need to be. So all you need to do is butt your the edge of your cardstock up there, and you'll get a perfect fold every single time. So what I've done is I've folded both of those like that. So this is my inside piece, this is my outside piece. The next thing that I want to do is I want to temporarily with some washi tape, I'm going to pop this layer on the front where it needs to be, because I want to die cut through both pieces here. I want to die cut through this piece, and I also want to die cut through my card base, because I want to have a peek through hole. Hey, Susan. It will be a surprise card for you, won't it? All right, so I'm just going to take some washi tape, which I have some here, and I'm just trying to get the end started on it. There we go. So I'm just going to take some washi tape, and I'm just going to tack that where it needs to be. Now, I know it's probably very hard for you to see at the moment, but I'm just going to tack that in place with a little bit of washi, just to be able to cut my my circle out. So I've got that lined up exactly how I want it. Now I'm going to use this die, and this is the one out of the Everyday Details. Hey, Chris. Oh, it's sunny in Sydney. Lucky you. So we're going to be using this. Now, one of the main things that I always need to say to you, and this one hasn't been done because it's been used before, you need to poke out all of those little pieces of paper that get stuck in your dies. If you don't poke out those little pieces of paper, you'll have a very hard time getting your die to cut all the way through. And this is fairly detailed. Now you could use something other than these dies. You could use any circle dies that you've got. If you have a punch that's good enough to maybe punch through, you could even possibly punch with a circle punch, and then you could line up your layer or your card base underneath, and then maybe use your layer. So I don't know whether I've confused you there. Maybe you could cut your top layer with a circle punch, and then line it up over your card base where you want it to sit, and use your top layer as a template when you're using your punch. Some punches may punch through 2 layers, but some punches probably won't. I know that I have tried to do it with our punches, and I haven't had a great deal of success. So so if it was me, I would possibly just use that one for and look, it looks like snow on my desk. So yeah. Five and a half by 3 3/4 one. Okay, so Sandra, what are you asking me? 5 1/2. Sorry, I missed what your question was. Can you just ask me again? I wasn't watching the comments. So this is the original, my normal layer. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up where I want that to be on my card. And I'm probably going to do it about the center of my card. And I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss. And I'm going to cut through both of those layers. Yeah, the top layer, Sandra, yes, is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. My normal layer size, yes. Okay. So we are going to cut through both of those. Now, I'm going to probably tape that in place as well so that it doesn't move. If I can get my washi tape started again. Okay, so let's tape that where we want it to be, like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I've got my base plate, I've got my thin die adapter, I've got my cutting pad, and then I'm going to pop this cutting pad over the top, and we are going to run that through. Now, because it is a thick layer, and because we're trying to cut through both, my idea is before you actually take that die off, we need to double check that it cut through all the way. It does look like it has cut through all the way, but I'm going to turn it over. And this is just a little trick, a nutty trick. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to run it through again. Okay. And so now I've got the cutting, the cutting blades facing up and cutting into my top one. Now, can you see how that just really popped it out? Okay. Can you see that? So by flipping it over, it's a really good way of being able to make sure that it has cut all the way through, which it now has. And so we are good to go. Now, when you pull your washi tape off, and I just did exactly what I wanted you to not do. I just tore my but that's okay. I'm probably going to cover it. I just tore my bit of cardstock. So when you're using washi tape on your cardstock and putting it through the die, through the cut and emboss, it can tend to be a little bit sticky. I could put a little tiny dab of glue. Oops. Little tiny dab of glue and poke that in. And let's just, okay. No one will ever know. All right. So we now have two of these. Okay. We have our front layer, and I'm going to be very careful when I pull these ones off. Make sure I don't tear that cardstock, and this one here. I should have probably, ooh, that one's not pretty. Okay, done. All right, so now we have our layers cut through. So we have this one and this one. And that's actually what we wanted, because we wanted to be able to have that hole going through both layers of our cardstock. All right, so the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to take this layer here, and we're going to stamp a little bit on this layer. And I'm going to take this flower here, so this one here, because I want to actually just use these pieces here. So I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take my, actually, I think I'm going to do it in Night of Navy. Okay. So I'm going to stamp some of these. Oops, I just want to get some of those little flowers coming out. So I'm going to stamp from the inside here, and I'm going to stamp here. All I want is just some of those flowers coming around the side. So I only want, as you can see, I only want just those little flower buds. That's it. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to grab my chamois, which should be here, which it is, just to wipe that off. All I wanted was just a little bit of interest happening there. I think I'm going to stamp another one, but I'm going to do the full image now, just up here, like that. All right, and we'll wipe that off. So that's our front layer. We're going to do some more, because we're going to actually stamp some flowers and color some flowers. So that's more or less our first layer for here. Now, what I want to do is I want to use this as a guide for this inside piece. Now, the main thing to do here is to make sure that this piece is actually going to slide in, and it's got to be this way. So that's the way we're going to stamp it. So I want to use this as my guide for the inside piece. Oh, actually, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slide that in there. Sorry, I'm making this harder than it really has to be. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm now going to take a pencil, because I want to grab a guide of where that circle is going to be. All right, so I'm just going to do a couple of marks, and we can rub these off later. But that's all I wanted, was a couple of marks there showing me where that circle, so where that's going to sit in there and where that circle is going to be. Because now what we're going to do is we want to do a little bit of stamping on the inside here. And you'll see in a minute. I'm going to also stamp, I've got a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp What am I going to stamp? I'm going to stamp this one here. I think we might have... No, I'm going to stamp the large flower, that one there. Okay, so that one... Yeah, I'm going to stamp a couple of those in basic grey. So this is on a scrap piece of paper, just with our basic grey. I'm going to stamp a couple of those flowers. Okay, now in the birdhouse, there is actually a cute little bird. I love, love, love this bird. Oh, sorry, Julie's telling me you can't see me. Okay. There you go. Now you can see me. All right. So we've got this cute little bird. I'm going to stamp. So this is out of the country birdhouse. So the first ones that I'm using are out of the country flowers. This is out of the country birdhouse. And I want this little bird. I'm going to create some flowers here. So we will use the same flowers for the inside and my basic grey. Sorry, I just got a little bit waylaid there with the okay. I don't know what's happening here. Maybe I'm already live. Can someone tell me whether I'm live on Instagram? I'm not quite sure. It's not allowing me with the go live button, but maybe I'm already there. I don't know. Maybe things change. Things change in this world. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some flowers on this inside part as well. So we want the flowers to be like this. And I think I also want these flowers. I'm going to clean that off. And we'll use our basic grey for these flowers. I'm not live on Instagram. I don't know what's going on here because I've done that, but it's not allowing me to go live. I don't know. Something's changed. Anyway. All right. Oh, and I thought these flowers were the other way. Okay. No, I can't use those flowers. Let's just use another lot of these. No, I'm going to use, there's this cute flower in here. We'll use both. There's a cute flower here. Let's use that. Because I want to have the little bird here sitting in amongst all these flowers on the inside. So let's do this here. And I might do this up here. Yes, that's looking more like what I want it to do. Okay, we might go another one there. And I might do, will this work? Maybe we could do one like this. One here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I want my little bird. I want him to be sitting down in there. So I'm actually going to stamp him on that scrap and we'll cut him out too. And I don't know, we might do another bird for the front too. I don't know. And I might do a couple of those flowers for the front as well. So let's just do that. Why not? Okay. Now, I'm going to use my handy dandy little trick of using my Wink of Stella and my ink to be able to color these, because I just want a little bit of a soft color. Good morning, Faye. Welcome. All right, so I'm going to use my petal pink. So with my petal pink, I'm just going to squish that. And I'm going to pick up some of that petal pink to color, to color my flowers. So I'm just going to pick it up and I'm just going to color my petal pink flowers. Simple, easy. And all we're doing is getting a bit of color on the middle of those flowers. And I don't mind leaving the outside with a bit of white showing. Totally okay. So we're just adding some color to the flowers. I really just want this card to be quite simple. I don't want a lot of color. I just want it to be quite simple and elegant. We'll just add a little bit on those. So I'm not spending a lot of time putting color down, just adding a little bit of color into that. Okay, so just a hint of color. I'm going to do the same thing here for these ones. I'm more or less just putting it in the center and then heading out to the outside of the flower. And as you can see, I'm not really taking my time here. I'm just quickly popping some color down on those flowers. And that's more or less all we really need, is just a little bit of color to give them a little bit of pop. Okay. Now, when you're using your Wink of Stella, all you've got to do is then just run it on a piece of scrap paper and it will go back to clear again. Now I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to grab out my boho blue for my bird. Now, the one thing is to make sure that you clean out your ink pads. I'll leave that over there and I'll clean it out in a little while. Don't close your ink pad up with that all there. Okay, so we've got some blue for the bird. So we're going to pick up some of the blue. So now with my bird, I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight and then a bit of color. So nothing major. A little bit of highlight on its wing and then go out a little bit more with that blue. So absolutely nothing major to color that bird. Simple, easy. Run my Wink of Stella off again. I'll pop that aside to clean that out as well. All right, so we have that, and that. Oh, I might put a bit of blue. I might put a bit of blue here just to give us a little bit more color. Let's try that. Bit of blue on the leaves. Just for a little bit. Oh, I missed one of those flowers there, but that's okay. Oh, I missed another flower there. I missed the same flower on both. Okay, I think that's good. We'll put a bit of blue over here. I've been looking at a lot of like boho flower designs and things with the Cricut machine, and so I love just these pastel looking coloring, not too overpowering. All right, so we've got all those. Now I'm going to cut these ones out with the die cut machine, so we'll get that out of the way. I don't actually really know what's going on here, why that's not streaming live. Let me see what's happening here. Says I'm streaming to Instagram. Says I'm already streaming to Instagram, so I don't know what's going on, people. All right, so let's find the dies that are going to cut those out. So we've got this one here is going to cut that one out, correct? Yes. We need the little bird die out of this one. We need the bird and we need the flower die out of that one. So that one and that one. Okay. I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss and we'll start cutting those out. So let's do that flower there, which is that one. And I'm just going to wing it, people. I'm not going to worry about putting washi tape down. We'll be here forever if we do that. So I'm just going to hope and pray that the die doesn't move. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit strange. Like normally with my, Daryl's saying cyberspace doesn't like the cold weather. I don't know. Weird things happen. But it's okay. We're here on YouTube and Facebook. So if we're not on Instagram, then so be it. Okay. We'll go again with that. So we'll cut out our second bird down here. Another one of those flowers. I'm not cutting these out very, very well, but I just feel like there's so much to cut out here. That and the other large flower, which goes there, I think. Okay, let's run those through. Whoops. Move my bird. All right. I made another mug last night with my sublimation. It didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to, but, you know, it's okay. It's only mine, so it's okay. Only I will know. Even Lucy says to me, you've got to stop being so critical about what you do. Like, but I can't help it. Like, I feel like when I do things, I like to know that it's yeah, that it's how I want it to be. But anyway, all right, so now we still have these two circles, and I'm going to use one on the front here, actually. Yeah, okay, so our little bird's going to sit up on there. So I think I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the front on this piece here. So we've got a couple of things. We've got hello friend. What have we got in the other one? What's this one got? Oh, so lucky to know you. That sounds good. I might do so lucky to know you. So let's do that one. Oh, have I got that over here? I do. So let's do that one in our Night of Navy. So I'm just going to go like that. And I'm hoping my little bird. Oh, I should have done it the other way. So let's use the other one. I should have did it the other way. I should have done so lucky to know you on the other side. Okay, so let's try that. The bird's got to be on this side. I should have looked at that first. Okay. See, I should have looked at that first. See? And I need to be able to fit that sentiment on there. I was just going to say, where did I put that? With my bird, that my bird can, oh, I know what I could do. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I think I'm going to add a cute little flower. Yes, I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to pop my bird on the front because my bird can be on the front here. So, okay, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to pop that up. Can everyone hear my brain ticking over? It's going tick, tick, tick where I'm going to do things. Okay, so that's going to go onto there. That's going to look quite pretty, like so. Okay. Now, we're going to decorate this front piece as well. So I want to pop some of these flowers on the front. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. Oh, it's a pity I don't have another one of those smaller flowers. I could have done another smaller flower there and popped a bird. Oh, I want to do that. Although, you know what I could do? I could do this and I could trim that off. I could do that. I could do that. I could always trim that off. I think that's what I'll do because I want to sit my bird up in there as well. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pop these up. Actually, I'm going to put this one, I'm going to glue that one down. He's going to get glued down and in here. Now, can you see how I'm popping it up over the circle a little bit? So just over the edge a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I know that you're probably thinking, well, you've just covered up all that you've stamped there. We can stamp again with that flower and we can add some more coming down in through here, which we might do that because that was sort of my thought process anyway. So let's clean that off. We'll grab our Night of Navy ink again and we'll stamp that a little bit further down. And it won't matter because all we really want to see is those little buddy flowers, but our flowers are going to cover up what we're going to stamp under here anyway. So let's just do that and we'll come down here a little bit. Okay. And then this one's going to sit over here and that's totally okay. But see how we've got a little bit more coming down here underneath now? All right, I'm going to leave it at that. This one here, I'm going to pop up over the top. So I'm just going to add some dimensionals just around here on the edge of my circle so that I know where I'm going to pop that up. Okay, so just around the edge of the circle and maybe another little one just out here further. And that way then I can just sit my flower into that where I want it to be and it will be totally okay. Okay, so we are going to sit that in there like that. Okay. All right. This is working. This is working exactly how I wanted it to work. Okay, so this one, yes. It's going to sit there. All right, so this one here, we want to hang over a little bit. Sorry, I'm probably down out of the screen. I'm too busy concentrating. We're going to hang that one over a little bit. So we're going to try and get most of those flowers there like that because this is how it's going to sit like this. Okay. All right. And then, of course, our little bird is going to sit up in here as well. All right. So I think I'm going to just pop that one up as well. So I'm going to add some dimensionals around the edge there. So just here. We will pop those flowers up into there. Just like so. And I'll just trim that off. I'll physically just trim that off. Okay, so let's pop that out. All right, so let's grab our scissors and trim that off. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome. All right, so we're just going to trim that off like that. Okay, so keep our bird. All right. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to take, I'm sure I've got an eraser just here somewhere. Have I? I'll have to use my sand eraser. I thought I had a normal rubber here. But it doesn't look like it unless it's in my drawer here. No, I don't know where that one's gone. But anyway, we'll just rub off just our pencil line there. And there was another one down there, but that's okay. We can't see it. And another little one there. Okay. So now it's just a case of assembling this card. So what we're going to do here now, I'm going to get rid of my ink so we don't get that all over me. I'm now going to pop this one up over the front of my card. Oh, and do I have something on there? I feel like I do. There. Okay, so we're going to pop this one up over the front of the card. So let's do that first. I just need to score that, burnish that a little bit further. My card is popping open. All right, so we're just going to pop this one up over the top of that layer. Actually, you know what? I might just... No, I'm going to pop it up. I was like, will I? Won't I? I am going to pop it up. Okay, so let's do that. Because why not? Okay. Yay, one sheet of dimensionals gone. Oh, and now oh no, here's another sheet. There. And maybe a piece up there. Okay. So we'll take the backings off those. So what are you thinking? I mean, like, when you see this come together, you'll be like, that is so pretty. And there is a little bit of organization to start off with, but like, honestly, it's just one of those peek through cards, which I think are super, super fun. Okay, so I'm going to add that to the front of my card. So I'm just going to hover over, get that where I think it needs to be. And because we cut this earlier on, it will line up, which is really, really good. And we'll just do that. Okay, so we've got that lined up over the top like that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp an insert for the inside. So we've got this one here. Now, this is going to adhere to that one. So we don't have to worry too much about doing anything else there because that's going to adhere to that one. But then this is going to open up inside too. So we need to pop something on the back here. So that's my insert that I have that is here. Now, I'm going to pop it there. You could pop it over here if you wanted to, because it's actually going to fold out like that. You could possibly do both, but I'm actually just going to pop it over here. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of those gorgeous flowers down around the bottom here. So let's grab our basic gray again. And because we're not doing too much coloring, we can physically get this to, oops, and I mucked up some of that there, but it's okay. We'll go over the top like that. Okay. So we can pick up some of that ink again. I've still got some of the petal pink. Add a little bit of petal pink to those flowers. Okay, and then some boho blue to that one. So as you can see, the coloring is not, it's not obvious. Okay, so just a slight bit of coloring. Ooh, and then I've just got ink on my hand. We can use the sand eraser and get rid of that ink. Lucky we have the sand eraser out here on the desk. I don't know where I had ink on my hands, but oh, there it is. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, so we've got that. Now, we've got So Lucky to Know You. We can have, this could be a birthday card. So we could physically use the stamp in here. Hoping you have the best birthday ever. So we'll do that. And I just lost dye on the ground. Okay, so we'll ink that one up in Night of Navy. Hoping you have the best day ever. I feel like I want to do one for both sides. So let's grab another piece of basic white. We'll cut another piece of basic white. I feel like I want to do both sides in there. I feel like it will just add more of a feature if I do both sides. So we did that at, what did I do? 3 5/8. Yeah, by 5 3/8. I think that's what I did. Is that what I did? I think it is what I did. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay, so let's do another one like that. Let's ink up with our basic grey again. We'll add a little bit more colour. So we'll go flowers in the middle, some on the outside. Oh, and I mucked that one up again, but you know what it should look like. Oh, can I get that over the top again? Probably not. Can I? Should I? No, let's turn that over. Let's go again. Okay, it's because I'm trying to do it quicker than I should. Let's get them stamping properly. There we go. Much better. Okay, so we've done that. All right, we'll clean up that so we don't end up with ink all over our project. Okay, hoping you have the best day ever. What else have we got? Happy birthday? What else is in this one? Best friend ever? Ah, yes, let's do that one. Do I have that on a stamp already? I don't know where it is. Wow. I have things everywhere here. Oh, there it is there. Best friend ever. Okay, so let's do that on this side. And I'm getting a phone call while I'm live. Okay, so best friend ever. We'll do there. So we've got best friend ever, hoping you have the best day ever. All right, so let's pick up a little bit more of that ink again. I don't know whether I have any petal pink left. We have a little bit. And we'll do the boho blue here. Well, that boho was a bit obvious, but that's okay. All right, so there we have it. 2 sides of paper. Yeah, exactly. We can just flip it over. All right, so let's adhere this one to the inside. So we have one here. So it's a little bit like a double card, really. One there. This one can go over the other side. I have got it right. Yep. This one can go over here. And I still have a bit of ink there that needs to go. You probably can't see it on camera, but I can. Not too bad. Okay. All right. Now this one then goes in here. So we're going to line that up in there. So we're going to add some glue on the back here. And this one is going to line up. I've got to stand up for this. Actually, I don't really, because I can just. Okay, so you need to have it that it's, because I've cut it 1/4 inch smaller, we have a bit of a gap down here where our fold is, because remember, we've got to have it that it's going to fold over. So we want it to be able to fold over really nicely without it getting caught on that inside fold. Okay. Now, the last thing that we need to do is we need to pop this one in here that it's going to sit just inside there like that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add some liquid glue to it, and then I'm going to put it down where well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to lift it up and add some glue on that side, and that should be good. Look at that. It is. And because we've got the liquid glue, we can move it around a little bit and get it sitting just how we want it to sit. But look at that. Isn't that just like so easy? And then when we open it up, we've got that and then that. So, all right. Now we need to pop our little bird on because we've got 2 little birds. So I really want to pop one little bird. I want to pop him up just sitting on the flowers, in amongst the flowers there. So let's add a little bit of dimensional to him. So we've got 1 there. So we might actually sit him, I think, just here. That looks cute. And then, of course, we have another little bird that I feel like he needs to sit in here, in amongst the flowers. But can we see that from the front there? We can, and we can have him poking out a little bit. So let's sit him there in amongst the flowers. So we'll pop him up. I think just there. And his little beak is going to pop out like he's in behind the flowers. We need to pop him so that his tail's not going to bend up. There, like so. Oh, look at that. Look, the little birdie's poking out in amongst the flowers. All right. Now, of course, you all know me. We need embellishments, and we need bling, and we need ribbon. You're probably thinking, where in the world are you going to put ribbon on this card? But I can honestly tell you, a nice, cute little bow is just going to set it off. And I've got white and I've got the petal pink. Now, you've got to tell me which color should we put on here. White would probably look nice. I'm just wondering what embellishments we could put on here. Oh, I think these ones will be nice. So do we do a white bow or do we do a pink bow? Petal pink or white? Now, I only have this much petal pink left. So it's whether I can actually even do a bow with the petal pink will be another thing. Can I get a bow out of this tiny little bit of ribbon? I'm sure I can. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, I can just. Okay. So do we do a bow out of petal pink and pop it on there? Or do we do a bow out of white? Merline's saying white with the silver embellishments. Daryl's saying white. Carla's saying white. Even after I just did that with that bow, that's totally okay. I mean, I will keep that bow for something else or the white. Ooh, white does look very clean and pretty. Now, you know, we have these flowers left here too. We could possibly put these flowers somewhere as well. We could put the flowers in there and make it look like a 3D flower. Why not? White. Should we do that? Or could we put it up over here? Should we do that? Why not? Okay, so everyone's saying white, so I think we're going to go for the white. Wow, I've made a mess in my craft room here this morning. And, of course, once again, I've got my bad scissors. Bad scissors. Can she cut this bow? No, not with those, I can't. Ah, are these my good scissors? Please let these be my good ones. Well, they're not much better, but they're a bit better than the first set. On the envelope. Well, I'm actually not going to make the envelope at the moment, but yeah, we could possibly put it on the envelope. Yep. I think I'm just going to pop it in there because I've got it and I may as well use it. And there's that bit of smudge of ink up there. So we could possibly put it there to cover our smudge. I mean, I know you probably can't see it on the video, but there was a smudge there. So if we pop that there, it covers the smudge. Looks like part of the card. Okay, so let's pop our bow with the glue dot on the front there. And we'll pop some of those gorgeous embellishments around. Okay, so I just want to pop it in under the flowers a little bit. Oh, did I not get a glue dot? I thought I got the glue dot. My eyesight's really bad. Sometimes I think that I've got them. Straight to the kitchen, yeah. The bow lady from Bow Desert that has everything on her kitchen bench. Crafts from the kitchen bench. I know Karen Titus, Karen and Tim, they back porch stampers, and I thought I'm the way I'm going, it's the kitchen table stamper. The kitchen bench, everything's on the kitchen bench. All right, so let's add some of this gorgeous bling around. So, and of course I stick it to my glass bench. We'll pop one there. We'll pop another one there like that. Oh, whoops, stuck it to my finger. See, I told you my eyesight's bad. I had it the wrong way up. All right. Even with my glasses on, still can't see. We'll pop one here. We'll pop another one, possibly on that flower there. Oh, this is looking pretty. All right, we might pop one on this flower. Is that going to be too big for that flower? Not really. And we might pop, I just want to use up these. Pop that one there. We'll pop that one just there. And we will possibly put this one here. Look at that. There you go. And now all we need is a little bit of wink over the top. Bit of wink on our bird. although he's already winked because we colored him with wink. Let's add, is this my empty one? I always say that, and then it ends up flicking heaps. I think it might have been my empty one. I don't know. It's not really. Oh no, there's some bit of wink in there and a bit of wink on there. Oh, there we go. There it comes. Just was taking its time to get to it. And a bit of wink on there. Definitely. All right. What do you think? Isn't this a super nice fun fold? We've got that, and then we've got that. How awesome is that? So there you go. Now that is using a combination of the country flowers and the country birdhouse. So we've used a combination of both, and we've used the Everyday Details die for that center cutout piece. So if you love that, please give me the thumbs up. Please like and share my video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do you know that if you go to YouTube, that you can find every single video that I do, every single live video that I do? Did you know that you can find them over on YouTube, and you don't have to worry about scrolling through my business page to try and find it? You can actually find them all there, all with the dates that they've been streamed live. So if you haven't watched me on YouTube, if you're a Facebook user and you haven't watched me on YouTube, then please check over on YouTube. I've got heaps of videos over there as well. So great card for a special person, Carol. Yes, exactly. Lovely to see you, Carol. Didn't know you were on. Thanks for coming. So thank you all for hanging out with me and watching. I will try and do my lives as I usually do next week. But as I said, I'm going to have my parents up here. We're going to be doing things on the craft studio. So I may just give you updates on what's happening in the craft studio. I don't know, but we will see. So if I get the chance to go live, I will. I will be live definitely on Monday morning because they're not coming up until after probably lunchtime Monday. So I will definitely be back live Monday morning at 8:30, but it may be just Monday and Friday. I don't know. But we will see. I will try and communicate as much as I can. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully fit some crafting in there somewhere. And as I said, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give me the thumbs up. YouTube and Facebook love it. Hey, Nicole, welcome. Lovely to see you. So thank you all. And as I said, we've got those classes and things that are happening. Please make sure if you want to register for craft retreat, if you want to register for the card buffet, if you want to subscribe to my monthly creative card club, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed.